Hello. Can you hear me okay? I've got my phone on the charger.
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I gotta turn you up. Here we go. Here we go.
What is going on here?
I don't know. I'm trying to get my, because I have, that lip gloss for the win. My lip gloss saved the day. Cool. Now I can have it on the charger and still do this. Nice. All right. Did you get the picture I sent you? Hello, Sarah.
Which one? What picture?
It's like a cover photo for you to put up that has your it's in your text. You'll probably see it when we're done.
Okay.
It's not a big deal. I made you a thing to put on there so that you didn't have to show your face, but it had your information.
Oh. I don't even know how to put it on there, so.
Oh, well, we'll have to have
I can figure it out though.
I can walk you through it. It's not.
It can't be that hard.
It's really not. All right. Let me put all of my things that are going to get us in trouble away. Maybe if I do this the other way, lip gloss over here.
Can you hear my fans?
No, I can't.
Okay, good.
Okay, I think that works better. So hello, everybody. Hello. We are really nervous and excited to start offering a space to just chat about witchy things, right?
All things magical.
Yeah. Questions that people have that, aren't getting answered by your standard spiritual FYP.
And we're starting with herbs today, right?
Cool. Ash and Dusty, hi. So if you don't already have a copy, we're going to be talking about my book, Baba's Grimoire. And to be sure, I've never really been great at promoting myself. I've never really been good at this part of it. I'm very much one of those people that once you get to know me, you like me. But until then, it's I don't know about her. So I wrote a book so that people can just read it from the book instead of asking me and me being you know what I'm saying?
No, I don't know what you're saying because I already love you.
Well, okay, I can be very triggering for people. That's my job, is to trigger people into healing. And a lot of people don't like that face to face. So instead of that conflict, I was like, well, here's a book.
Here's a book to start your healing journey. That's right.
Hey, Shauna. Oh, hi, Michaela. Thank you guys for joining. I know some of you already have my book. But we're going to be looking at the herb section. And I got a chicken trying to come into my parlor. It's wonderful. So with the herbs, my first final draft of this grimoire included a section on using medicinal herbs in magic. And because of the legalities behind all that and needing sources for everything, and it was a whole I just didn't have time. I figured I could do it in another book later, right? So what I wanted to make sure I included were things that I'm not used to seeing in other people's herbals or other people's grimoires. Like you get your standard herb list, but there's some stuff that doesn't really get talked about that I've had to go like search for information for. Um, Bee balm is one of them because, you know, usually it's just like a pollinator plant. They just put it in the wild mixes, but it's so much more than that. It actually is used in Anishinaabe cultures for helping with nursing and calming babies down, right, when they have colic. So I included that. I included Jimson weed because as an Appalachian granny witch type person, I had to include Jimson weed for obvious reasons.
I love that you included Jimson weed. I don't think it gets talked about enough in
Right.
magical practices. Um, in fact, that was probably one of my favorite things so far about your book that I've found is the fact that you talk about Jimson weed because it's not in a lot of the magical books about herbs.
It's really not, and a lot of that comes down to it being poisonous, right? It's pretty toxic, so people shy away from including it because of the whole like liability stuff. High intuitive trekker, Mirror. I think they're talking to you. Cool.
Yeah, I
See,
got it.
I can't type and do this, so
Well, I'm typing while you're talking, so you do your talking and I'll do what I'm
perfect,
doing.
perfect. The other one I put in there that I don't see enough of is time. Haha, not that kind of time, but like the plant time.
You
It
know,
used
I
to
use
be.
time in so much stuff
I
that
love it.
I honestly, I don't even know why I
Hi
started using
everyone.
it. I guess it was like an intuition based herb, that one.
You made it.
Something I already
Yeah.
had in my cabinet when I started doing spells or, well, workings of all kinds, right?
Yeah.
Like, but that was something that I already had in my cabinet. And I just assumed, I guess, that
Well,
it
one
could
of
be
the things
used.
that
And
it
then,
does, one of the things it does is activate your clairs.
well, that makes sense why I assumed it would work then, huh? But it did. It worked on a lot. I use it in a lot of different things.
I really do love it. It's one of those things where it has the potential to be healing in a way that's very physical, right? But it's also seasoning for food. Like it's also fuel for your body. It's also something that literally initiates you into the spirit realm. Someone's on my neck. Hmm. I don't know what that is. I got little bumps on my neck, like something bit me. Anyway,
Oh,
we're out in the woods. It could be anything.
yeah. I've used it from everything from protection to purification.
Yeah, you can smoke cleanse your whole house with time.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, personally, I'm a sound cleanser. I like to sound
mhm.
cleanse, but
Yeah.
if I am going to cleanse with a smoke, I think I would rather it be something like thyme.
Yeah. I like putting thyme and cedar together just because I really like cedar. Like, I'm a huge fan of pine, but cedar is deeper for me. Like, I don't know how to
I've
explain
never
it.
used cedar.
Oh, you got to try it. You can use the bark, dry it and burn it like they do Palo Santo sticks, right? You can just grab a whole chunk of it and use it, or you can cut it up into little things so that you can
Well,
burn
I
it a little
mean,
bit of
we used
time.
to have a wood stove and sometimes we burnt cedar.
It smells
because it
really
smells
good.
good.
Mm-hmm. It's also incredibly purifying. And one of the reasons I included it was because it's one of the first herbs that I learned about being associated with the Anishinaabe cultures up by the Great Lakes. She's grandmother cedar. So she's like the tree of life that goes up and down. Same kind of concept with her.
Well, the part that I have marked in your book is under cedar. The part that I highlighted um, is communing with spirits because I didn't know that cedar is like a medium.
Yeah. And she's seen that way in several different cultures. Like there's cedars all over the world, and a lot of them are seen as sacred to the cultures that grew up around them. But one of the biggest things that is like the same throughout, pretty much, is this idea of her connecting us to the divine, connecting the earth and everything below it, everything that makes the earth, to everything above us that creates us. I think that's why they call her grandmother.
And then the other one that really caught me that was in here that I couldn't believe you put in here because you only had a few pages, right, to
Yeah.
do this particular area of the book. So I was very surprised to see white oak in there
Oh,
because I use white oak all the time. Like it's one of my favorite little special additions to things that I really put my
I
energy
love it.
into.
I love it. I love finding the first acorn in the fall and putting it
Yeah.
in my purse. Right? Like it's the oak has been sacred to so many different cultures, but the Tua de Danann, the like Morgan and the Fae that came into Ireland, um, the Druids they saw it as sacred as well, and they would meet in oak groves where there was like a natural circle of trees. Um, and that's one of the my favorite things about. Oh, I'll go and talk to one. I got one right over here by my parlor window. It's like right outside the window. So anytime I'm like overwhelmed or frustrated or something like that, I'll just sit over there and talk to it.
And I love how you put the like that it's ruled by the sun, that it's, parts of the solar plexus and root chakras. I love how deep you went into each one.
I really get because my pattern recognition is like my go-to tool. Um, I really like providing the pins that made the pattern, right? So the things that like I found this here and I found this here and I found this here and they all go together to make this make sense for me. So I figured it would be helpful for other people to do it that way instead of a long drawn out like conversation about why.
Oh, hey, I have to go. I'm sorry. I have to
Oh,
go.
you're fine. You sure? All right. And you guys are left with me. Oh my goodness. So, the other thing that I included in this section is how to work with herbs, harvesting, right? Tools of the trade. And a lot of the illustrations that are in this are done by my partner. Oh, she's back. Oh, wrong one. I don't know. She keeps popping back in and out. But anyhow, so I talk about how to do like infusions, decoctions, tinctures, macerations, emulsions, how to dry the herbs before you put them in things, what to put them in, water versus alcohol versus oil versus like glycerin. Herbs that you can use for charms, for spells. Um, So I talk about some of the herbs that I've already gone into detail about, and then I give just a little breakdown of these other things. Like with Glamour, we've got rose petals, jasmine, lavender, chamomile, calendula, hibiscus, rosemary, violet, patchouli, and yarrow. And there's reasons for these things. Like yarrow is one of those that you wouldn't assume would be in a Glamour working, but it's incredibly protective, right? Glamours are not all that strong, they're not, it's it's like a mask, right? Adding yarrow helps it be embodied instead of it being a glamour mask. You're actually asking for an embodiment of what you want to be seen as. So instead of it being some temporary thing that you have to make sure that you maintain or whatever, you feel it. It's in you. It's authentic. I did stuff for abundance where I got like couple herbs are repeated, but because they can be used for so many different things, right? One of the things that Mirror asked me today was why I didn't include bay leaf in my, in the ones that I went into more detail in. And one of the reasons is I don't use it very much. The other thing is that so many people have talked about bay leaf. I wanted space for things like Jimson weed and thistle and cedar, things that I feel close to. Hi, thank you. Things that I feel close to that are, I'm really big about using what is around you. I'm lucky enough to live in the woods, so I can just go out and source the herbs that I use for my spells when I need them instead of maintaining some kind of supply. I do keep some dried stuff because it only pops up certain times a year, right? Like thistle seeds. If you've never used thistle seeds as like kind of like dandelion seeds, I would highly recommend it. It packs a serious punch. Like dandelions are effective at getting what you want, but using a thistle will not only get you what you want, it'll protect what you want, and it'll get it there really fast, because nothing likes to mess with a thistle. Nothing likes to touch it. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's people that go out and eat them, but they have learned how to work around all the spiky spikes. So I will collect the thistles as they dry out and put them in a jar. And that way I can use them for whenever. I also collect rose thorns off of my rose bushes for all kinds of cool stuff. Allspice is one of those herbs that gets included in, like, not a lot, because it's a cooking herb, for the most part, but you can use allspice in money spells, and if you put the bay leaves and the allspice and all of that together, it's really, really potent. I also put stuff in for intelligence charms, like things to help you process, to help you retain information that you learn, and to help make those patterns out of the pins. So all of these are things to use in spells, not things for you to ingest. Just need to, I know I made it clear in the book, but I just need to make it clear. Again, for new people that are coming in, this is the, I don't want an AI summary. Why is it? I don't want an AI summary. I don't even want to mess with that. What in the, that threw me all the way off. But anywho, so some of these you will find as supplements, right? And you'll be like, oh, I can take that. I'm not telling you to ingest it. I'm telling you to put it in a spell. Okay? Cool, cool, cool. Do you guys have any questions about any of the herbs that I've talked about, or any herbs I didn't include? Anybody? So Mirror and I are planning on doing this a couple times a week, hopefully 3 times a week. We want to do one where we're doing readings. So if you're interested in getting in on that, just, DM one of the two of us. Basically what we're going to be doing is, if you're in the live, you send a gift and a question and we see it, we'll do a reading for you. Really simple. Gift, question, reading. Other times we're going to be talking about things like my book, other things that are esoteric, occult type stuff, like Mirror is really big in cartomancy. So she reads tarot cards and she reads all different kinds of cards. And if you go to her page, if you go to her page, swipe left to close, you will find that she has an abundance of readings, like just little card readings, all over her page. They're wonderful. She's always on point. I always see her videos when I need them, and it's always the right message. You know that song, Dancing with Yourself? Right now, I feel like I'm talking to myself. I'm talking to myself. Sorry. Okay, so. I have this. Okay, so the way that she set this up, my publisher is amazing. I don't know if you guys are following Quill and Crow. I keep touching this thing and it's moving my thing. Anyways, I don't know if you guys are following Quill and Crow or Cassandra Thompson, but she is the publisher. She owns the publishing house and the Crow Shop. She's amazing. If you write a book, get a Virgo publisher. Get a Virgo publisher. I'm telling you, it's the best fucking choice that you could make if you're trying to write a book. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. From start to finish, the entire process has been perfect. Editing was wonderful. It was so much fun. It actually, like, this whole book has triggered an insane amount of healing in me. From the first, final draft that I sent in, that was basically like a college textbook on magic. There was no personality. It was all facts. Just cut and dry curriculum. I was like, yep, this is what I'm gonna give them. Hi. Oh, really? That's awesome. I'm so glad. That's the point. Thank you. I'm so glad. Now I forgot what I was saying. Oh, it's the healing that happened throughout the process of writing the book was absolutely insane. Having Cassandra be like, hey, I really need you to Bobify this book for me because I'm falling asleep. I don't think she actually said that, but I knew that's what she meant. So I go in, I rewrite basically the whole thing, just reword and take a whole bunch of stuff out. We did a makeover. It was like one of those makeovers that could end up on TV in when we had the makeover shows. I don't know if they still do those back in the early 2010s, right? HGTV or whatever, they'd have the makeover things. I did that to the book. I gave her a complete makeover and had to add myself into it more than just what I knew. I had to add me. That was difficult because I don't know if you guys know anything about astrology, but I have, even though my sun is in Taurus and, it's in my 10th house next to my midheaven and I'm supposed to be seen and Leo rising, blah, 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 blah. Also have a Scorpio 4th house, right? And that makes it incredibly hard to feel comfortable being seen. So injecting myself into this book was, that was a healing process in and of itself. It really, really was. I went through so many different layers of me. It was very, very vulnerable. I went through so many layers of me putting this into the book that I'm not the same person I was a couple years ago when I first submitted my rough draft, right? I'm not the same person I was when I started editing back in November. Like, it's almost like a completely different lifetime, if I'm being honest, because just writing this book, just getting this to publish was so much. And we had to take a ton out of it. We had to cut over 100 pages because there was so much of me. Yes, hold on. Hold on. I gotta figure out how to do this. Nah. How do I? It's okay. I didn't mean to invite you. I'm sorry. I'm trying to put a comma.
Hi there.
And I don't know how to do that.
Can
Anyway,
you share so I can write it down? What's the title of it? Where is it on Amazon or is there some other?
You can get it on Amazon. You can get it on
screen print.
yeah, I can send it to you. I could send you the link as well.
Okay, that'd be great.
So yeah, it was a transformation in the whole process from start to finish. It's really, really kind of crazy, but to be sure, it's like getting back to that like high school version of yourself when you were rebelling against literally everything. I'm back there now, except in my 40s. So can't nobody tell me shit this time. Yes, it's absolutely putting a microscope on myself. I had to work through so many triggers. People telling me, okay, so when we were editing, I feel silly saying this, but when we were editing, it was, Lisa came in and she was like, all right, this needs a citation. How do you know this? The Leo in me was like, because I know. What do you mean? Why are you questioning me? Because I know. What do you mean? Right? It took me a whole like 30 minutes to go, oh, she needs a citation for yeah, okay. Oh, I got you. Okay. So I had to tell her, I was like, girl, you touched my ego. You triggered my ego. And thank you for that, because I was completely unaware that that I wasn't going to like that. It didn't even occur to me that I wasn't going to like that. But the way that Cassandra set it up, we have several chapters, right? Beginning, it's a lot of memoirish type stuff and shadow work, psychosis versus visions. Part 2, plants and crystals. So getting the foundational information about certain plants, certain crystals, their uses, what not to do with them, when not to get them wet, the ones not to put in the sun, the crazy stuff, the weird ones. Hey, you're back.
I'm back. I'm so sorry.
You're fine. And then part 3 is astrology and divination. And there is, we start at 60 and end at 129. So there's about 60 pages worth of just astrology information. If you get your big 3, which I would highly recommend getting a sidereal whole sign Vedic chart done, and then find your big 3 in the descriptions that I gave. Awesome. Awesome stuff. Awesome stuff. I've had so many people be like, I absolutely love the way that you described this. This made so much sense to me when it never clicked before. The next part is the elemental workings. So I'm really big on correspondences. It was one of the first things that I was taught, was to pay attention to the meaning behind things, what things are used for. how they grow, the environments that they grow in, how hard it is to get rid of them. You know what I mean? Like you think about all of these different things when you're thinking about the correspondences of plants specifically, but especially anything that you're going to be using in a spell. So I go through earth, water, fire, air, and spirit, because I do feel like leaving that out of the elements is a crime. I really think that they, the whole like being spooked by the idea of dark matter and ether, so they just didn't put it in science for a long time, and now we're getting back to it with like quantum physics and stuff like that. I really think that held us back for the last 100 or so years, because like Tesla was working with energy, you know. And then the last part is spells. So there's basics, there's removing stuff and protections, money, because the way that our system is set up, the way that our society is currently set up, money is one of those things that we all would do better off with a little bit more of, right? So instead of doing your typical abundant spells, what they hid from us, exactly. Instead of doing like your normal like money bowl with the rice and stuff like that, I like to work with Venus and Jupiter. I'm a star girl. I like my astrology. So Venus to me is the embodiment of abundance. She is creation energy. And so not including her in a money spell or a money calling is like leaving out the salt on your favorite dish. It just doesn't taste the same. But her and Jupiter together, bruh, that's just about unstoppable. Then we have hexes and curses, because of course, I'm gonna include the hexes and curses. What do you think I've been doing my whole life? Banishing bitches. Sorry. And then Baba's spells. This might be my favorite part of the way that she set this book up, because it's so pretty, right? And everything is divided by like what, oh, I got it dirty. Everything's divided by the intention. So we have like relations. This would be family and friends. Love, family, friends, co-workers and bosses, career, health and healing, health. Okay. I never noticed that. Why? Okay. Okay, so the health and healing one is more of an internal thing, because it's like confidence boost, effective communication, self-promotion, like showcasing yourself. And then the health section has health and vitality, healing energy, stress relief, relaxation, renewed healing, like stuff like that. Just different little things that you can do, and all of them. Oh, what is that? I think that's your fan. What is that? What's that sound?
What sound?
I don't know. You don't hear that? It's like, I wonder if it'll pick it up on the, like, is it, while it's recording. Like, I wonder if it'll play back.
Do you still hear it right now?
Not right this second. No, it just stopped.
Okay. Okay, let me do something and then tell me if you hear it.
Did you do it?
I'm doing it right now.
I don't hear it anymore.
Okay, I was tapping the screen, so I thought maybe it was picking it up on my phone, but
no, it sounded almost like you know how on the ghost shows they have like the what is it, the EVP or whatever it is of the ghost voice.
Yeah.
It was kind of like that. It was like white noise, and then there was like this other sound in it as well. It was kind of strange. But anyways, not
They said
important.
it sounded like gurgling or waves.
Yeah, waves.
No, I didn't
It did
hear it.
sound like waves. That was kind of strange. That threw me off a little bit, to be honest.
But I was also reading too, so I don't know. I was tapping the screen and reading.
I think that spirit can come into our area and do, we get the ear
Oh, yeah.
ringing, and so there's certainly other different ways that they can bring the attention of I'm here. So
Oh yeah,
figure
absolutely.
out who that was. I don't know.
And to be sure, Mirror and I are on the phone 2-3 times a week. Some weeks, most of the time, it's at least once. And there's always
For at least an hour.
right. There's always something that comes up that's like, oh, what is that? What is this weird thing that's happening?
And the best part is, though, that usually we can bounce off of each other and figure it out,
Mm-hmm.
like in real time, instead of just having to meditate on it and think about it until you finally connect the dots.
That's one of the reasons why we decided to do these joint lives, because we get so much more progress when we're bouncing off of each other than either of us do when we're alone. So we figured, hey, we can just do that on live for about an hour, help everybody out.
And invite other people in and like build a community.
Yeah. I didn't realize that I had built a community around me until all of this stuff went down with the whole like witch talk, spiritual talk stuff. And it, in deleting people and all that, my FYP cleared up and I started seeing my old friends again, right? And I realized I have spent like 5 or 6 years building a community without intentionally building a community, because all of my friends are talking to each other. They're mutuals. They're commenting and sharing each other's stuff. Like, it's literally a thriving online community of mostly women.
And I find you in comment sections of people that I follow, and
Yeah.
I'm sure you find me in comment sections of people that you follow, and we don't even know that we follow the same people. Heck, when we
Right.
share videos, most of the time you've already seen the one I sent you, or I've already seen the one you sent me.
Yeah.
Our
And
algorithms are aligned.
it really is. And to be aligned with so many people, because like I cut my follower, like the people that I'm following, down to the people that I either deal with or know or just want to follow, right? So I'm under 700 people right now. That's my community.
Well, I feel super blessed that I wasn't cut off from you, because you kind of went MIA for a while, and I've been following you for quite a while, and I can't say that we've like really touched base on a personal level. And you've changed so dramatically, not only just your name changing, I want to say a couple of times, but
Yeah.
and my name changed too. But I feel like, my own growth, and without any judgment of harshness, is, it's coming along in its own path and reasoning for why and so forth. And I'm super grateful that I wasn't cut from your group, because I'm just, there's a reason for everything. And yeah,
Absolutely. I'm happy to have you. It's really
Always.
nice to know that I've had the support of people for that long without knowing that I had people's support, because there's a lot of times where I felt very alone. So,
And I think we all have went through that.
mhm.
The feeling of like no one else thinks like me. No one
Yeah.
else knows the
Right.
things I know
Absolutely.
or understands the things that I think I understand. And what if I'm wrong? And then we go through all of it. I think we go through all of that, all to come together and realize that we've all went through all of that.
Yeah.
Yes.
And we never really were alone.
No. Yeah. Okay. She says,
big hug to
I gotta
all of us.
work on that. Opinions have changed so much. I might have some problems I follow. To be sure, what you consume, whether it be your food, what you're looking at on the screen, the books that you read, what you're hearing on the radio, the songs that you're letting yourself sing, all of it tells your body what it needs to expect from you, right? It's confirmation of the processes that started in your mind coming back at you. But if we are consuming things that are confirming those intrusive thoughts of us not being good enough or being a problem or whatever, right? It's just going to feed that. It's just going to keep feeding it to where you feel like you can't escape from it. And then you have to go to somebody for help. So cutting out the things that are not benefiting you from what you're consuming, especially on social media, that will help heal faster than just about everything else. It's like taking the salt out of a wound.
Yep.
Yeah. Yay, yes, I'm doing it live. Hello, Corey. Oh my goodness.
And I think that even though we all go through the same thing, we all go through it in a different way.
Yeah.
So it gives each of our experience
a little different flavor.
A little different flavor, right?
Yep.
And that's why now that we're coming back together in these little groups that will eventually get larger and larger, we can share our experience and the way we experienced it with everyone, with the group.
Yep. I'm going to be taking these lives once they're recorded and putting them on my YouTube so that they can get watched again, especially the ones where we do readings. And that way they're up. You can watch them as much as you want. Hopefully I don't ramble too much. And I've got to stop saying fuck.
Well, I was just thinking to myself, okay, Mirror, don't do it. Don't remember that. Don't make a fool out of yourself if you're going to be putting it up on. I mean, because honestly, look, I don't really. Oh, it's 4:44.
Oh, sweet.
Anyways, yeah, put it up. We will try not to cuss and make fools of ourselves.
Honestly, I'm more worried about them like hiding the video because I cussed in it than anything. I don't care if I make a fool of myself. I've been doing that my whole life.
I was born on April Fool's Day.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a part of life. I'm the type of
person where I guess because I was bullied so much as a kid, and a lot of it was reactive abuse, I'm the type that will out-embarrass you. Right?
I love it.
Like, pants me. Go ahead. I'm going to dance. And then you're going to look dumb when I pants you and it's this big.
See, I'm the opposite. Dude, I'm the opposite. If you embarrass me, I will walk away from you and you will never see me again.
Oh, like, no, everybody's going to know your name.
I hate it. I hate to be embarrassed. Oh, it's the worst thing for me.
Bro, you can't, like, I won't say you can't because you can embarrass me. Typically, it's my kids that do it, but I don't embarrass easy. It takes a whole lot to embarrass me. And mostly because
I embarrass easily.
I make fun of myself all the time. And I grew up in a family where that was one of our love languages, was verbal, like back and forth.
Verbal abuse?
Yeah, verbal abuse.
You got bullied as a kid by your parents and you think it's okay now?
Well, and not just my parents, my cousins, right? Like that was how my dad and his brothers communicate still. And that's how my cousins all communicate.
I only say that because I did it too.
Right. But like, that whole it's very like me, right? You can't embarrass me. I lived through that shit. I came out having to deal with that shit.
When
so
I was
got
gone
back from a little journey of 9 days with my family, And so I came back feeling like I had failed in a lot of ways, but was beautifully reminded that I wasn't. And it wasn't until I got home. I mean, I literally just got home 10 o'clock last night, got a good night's sleep, and literally 2 hours ago, I was reflecting on things and why they happened for a reason. And I had a situation with my cousin who I can see totally as my whole life. I was never validated for anything that I said. And this time I spent this trip in my voice or in my power. And
Mm-hmm.
I had an experience in the car sitting right next to my auntie who we were all there to celebrate, and I had taken on that energy, and 2 days later, like literally like the next day it started, I got a freaking horrible cold sore. Anyhow, I just
Oh,
got
I hate
done.
those.
Well, so I had looked up the spiritual reason like 2 days later, and it was regarding expressing myself, and it was like my body was also um, releasing things. And this, it wasn't until I had my girlfriend that celebrated my same birthday. She said, Denise, mix some coconut oil and clove oil. And that did way better than the lysine,
Oh yeah.
as far as to help it heal. But it still kind of kept, I still have like this big raw spot on my lip. But nonetheless, um, I don't know if you're at
I.
all a fan of Chinese medicine, but
Oh yeah.
Thank, thank you, Anthony. My friend, Ancient Wisdom Truth, if you are at all interested, he's a beautiful, beautiful soul, and um, my he's just beloved to me in my heart for helping me through this journey. But anyhow, I just my Qigong teacher on Wednesdays teaches live, and he started off with the question answer thing, and it was kind of regarding skin tags and other things that come up on the skin. And I thought I'm going to go ahead and ask him about this. And he
Mm-hmm.
had expressed, and I can't wait to listen to it again and record it because I got super emotional. But he said it was all from my heart, and he just nailed it. And I just anyhow, it was regarding trying to help my auntie who is she just turned 97, and we were all there to celebrate her.
Oh
And
wow.
I was never out to pick on anyone. It was merely try to express how exactly what you just said about what we consume, whether it's food or whether it's thoughts or news or any of
Mm-hmm.
that crap.
Or
And
even the energy of the people that you allow yourself to be around.
Yes.
yeah, yes. And so I was in a car, and so the first time it overtook me and, caused, I'm not going to put blame, but my reaction was this freaking cold sore. Anyhow, and then the second time around, I got stronger, and I literally said, "That is not my energy," and I sent it back. By the third time he came at me, um, I pretty much said the same thing about I send that energy back, and there's a reason why you are reacting to my words. And he each time reacted in a way, and the third time he literally like left and went out kayaking. And I just look back at I wish I would have at the time, the very first time around, spoke that I don't receive the energy and I send it back wrapped in pink light with love, um, to, because I don't mean to cause any harm, but I do mean to share the things that I've learned that resonate with me and I think are true for everyone as far as like the additives in our food and
Absolutely.
literally how it's our liver and kidneys that are processing all this uh
I was
words
literally at the
spoken and
nutritionist
feelings.
today.
Yeah, anyhow, my journey, I think I accomplished what I meant to by the time I finally left. And even just for my own sake of what I needed to experience, um, I was fine on the planes, but airports don't serve me, and I have to find a way to deal with that better because I don't know, that was just anxiety fucking driven. I really kind
I
of like had to
I
pull
literally
myself
heard
back.
just breathe. That's all you got to do is just breathe.
Yeah,
Just breathe.
yeah. I was reminded to do that a few times, and just but it was, it was a lot, and I'm super glad to be home. And it's just kind of like my body instantly sensed the relief of myself being home. And not to get too TMI-ish, but I'm pooping again, and I couldn't be happier.
There
I
you
started
go.
off fine, but it towards the end there, I was not. So
Right?
I'm so
But
Alaska is where I belong. I don't
It's
know.
gorgeous
As
up there.
it
yes,
is,
it's
it
extremely
is.
beautiful. Hey, when I was gone, for the few minutes that I was gone off the live, did you talk about garlic yet?
No, I kind of just speedballed through the rest of the book.
Oh.
I didn't know what to talk about, but we can go back to garlic.
Well, I had highlighted two things in it. Um, and one of them is that the increase and decrease of aggression.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So my thought is if it can be for that, for decreasing aggression or increasing it, either or, would it also work with other activated fillings? Like,
Other emotions.
yeah, like I know that's a weird way to say emotions, but I don't mean like all emotions. I mean like
Right.
the ones that
The ones that
cause
burn.
reaction.
The ones that burn, yes. The ones that feel like fire, yeah.
Okay. Because it also says
Garlic
to
is the
hex or
best
break a
antibiotic.
hex.
That one and oregano. Do what now?
Because it also says to hex or to break a hex, right?
Yeah.
So I thought that's what got me thinking, like, well then if it's increase, decrease, hex, or break a hex, then it should work for any active emotion,
Yeah.
right? Anything that draws action.
Yeah. So the reason I say things that burn is just because it's a hot herb, right? It's a hot plant, so it makes your eyes water. It can hurt your fingers if you've got like sensitive skin or whatever and you're cutting it and getting stuff on you. So for me, I like to use garlic when there's not just aggression, but like that frustration or rage that you have when you feel like you're not being seen or you feel like you're not being heard. That it helps a lot with decreasing that in my experience. I've used it a couple different times to help me calm down because my temper gets going sometimes. I just need a clove of garlic.
Really?
Yeah, because it like so when
The
I
spice
work,
cools you down?
I think it's the acute pain, right? I think that's what it
Right.
is because like I don't know if you remember, but a while back I did, or I may have talked to you about it. I worked with a couple people to try to stop Pipeline 3 going across the Mississippi. Um, the next 6 months after that, I was constantly in rage. Like there was no other emotion, and everybody around me had to deal with it. It was so just completely overwhelming, and it wasn't anger. I was ready to burn the world down. Everybody in it, I was ready to go for 6 months. One of the things that helped was I had to take garlic for some kind of like I was sick or whatever, and because I don't really like petroleum based pharmaceuticals, I'm always going to go for something natural first. I even tell my kids when they don't feel good, go eat some garlic or go take some oregano. Like these are the two options that we go for first, right? So I was feeling bad. I go and I take my garlic, and it took me a couple days of doing it to realize, oh, wow, this is actually kind of helping my mood. I don't know why. I don't know how it's connected. And then I had to go do the research, right? But like, ultimately, it's got to do with the fact that everything can do both. So if it can instigate something, it can stop it as well.
You know what else? Just so you know, on page 43 mid-page, right? You do still talk about bay leaf.
Yeah, I brought that up while you were gone.
Oh,
I did, because I was
did
like,
you find it too?
yeah, I saw it and I was like, Mirror was just asking me about bay leaf.
Well, because I use bay leaf a lot. Okay. In fact, I almost, I'm going to say 80% of the time, I petition on dried bay leaf
Right.
every time. Um, that's the only reason I was wondering why. It's because I just use it a lot, and I was just wondering what your take on it was. But you have it under abundance. I do use it for abundance. But like I said, I pretty much write any petition I want took care of on a bay leaf and burn it. It was one of the first things I started doing.
I was taught to put petitions on brown paper because we write psalms around them. So I never really got, like, I put stuff on bay leaves, but I never really stuck with it because I couldn't write everything on there the way that I learned how to do it. You know what I mean? And I know you can do it however you want to. It's not like a required thing, but I don't know. I like the idea of having a lot of space to work with, and I kind of make it pretty with the psalms going around, like the scriptures going around in a spiral around the target's name, like, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, I'm going to say about 80% of the time.
Right.
It goes on a bay leaf. The rest of the time, and normally I take it a bit further and I burn the edges of my paper, just to kind of put fire into the paper itself. And again, though, I don't know why. I just always have.
We were talking about using bay leaf and allspice together in a money working.
Oh.
You can just dust it with allspice and burn it.
Yeah, that definitely, I've used allspice for several different things, especially in a pinch.
Oh, that is a spider. I have a tiny jumping spider that's climbing up my door. And at first I thought it was a fly. I was like, that's moving weird. I don't know. Ever since, like, watching The Fly as a kid, flies freak me out. I don't like them.
I don't like flies either, but I try not to have to kill them.
Yeah.
For me, it's ants.
I like to use ants for my workings.
I was gonna say ants don't bother me. I can use an ant.
I like ants because I live on a giant anthill.
Me too.
And so, and I homestead, right? So there have been times where I was dealing with specific issues from specific people, and it just happened to be harvest time. So I would take the skull of a thing and baptize it in the name of whoever I was dealing with and talk to it the whole way to the anthill, bury it in the anthill.
Interesting.
That
I'm definitely willing to keep broadening my horizons, but I just feel like I've had enough run-ins with ants and their anger and their collective to be.
Well, I have to say, I don't live in an area. We don't have like a lot of fire ants or anything like to really be scared of an ant hill. Like when I lived in southern Georgia, yeah, we were scared of the ants. Like you didn't mess with the ants. But where I live at now, ants we get sugar ants, like the little bitty, and I literally live on an ant hill, like a big old, underneath my house is probably like the biggest colony ever.
Oh, wow.
Morgan, you put a hair leash on them. How do you?
I remember that for a fly.
Now, listen, but notice her name,
Uh-huh.
okay?
Right. And
That's
my brain was
exactly
like,
what I
how
would
do you
expect
do
a fae to
that?
be
Wait a
doing.
minute. She's a fairy.
Yep. It's exactly what I would expect a fae to be doing in human form.
That's hilarious. That's something my daughter would do. I'm surprised she hasn't. Oh my goodness. All right, guys, we're at an hour. Are you ready to go, or are you good for a little bit longer? I gotta go.
Well,
get
I have to
something
go do
drink.
dinner, so
Yeah,
All
we
right,
got to
well-
run to town here real soon to.
it's my
get the
night
post
to
office door
cook.
open.
Well, I think that
But
this was
when-
really productive.
It was, and we did it for the whole hour.
We
Yay
did
us.
it.
We did it. Not a big deal, right? Nothing to be scared of. Here we are.
There you go.
Thank you for inviting me up. It's
No
great to see
problem.
you
It was
again.
a total accident, but I loved having you.
Happy
Thanks to
accidents.
everybody
Figure out
that
how to
There
respond
stopped.
are
to
no
comment.
accidents. It's all good.
All right, guys. I think we talked about doing this like Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or something like that. Around this time, maybe doing it at a different time if we have like appointments or something like that. Just kind of working around our own schedule. So I'll try to make an
Well,
event once I
we
know.
might actually have to change that
Okay.
because the kids will all be getting home from school around that time.
So
So
we need to
like
do it
we might
earlier.
need to make it earlier or like after. Either way, I don't care. But like
Right.
I don't know that the 3:30, 4 o'clock time is gonna stand firm.
Ooh. We could do one night where it's like the after dark special.
Yeah, we could do that.
We could have one for morning people, like ish, a little bit before lunch, one for some random fucking time, and then one that's after dark.
Or we could just do two like
Or just
morning
do two.
ones and just one nighttime one. That way people don't get confused with all the different times. If we're
Works
really
for
going to
me.
stick to it, I hate commitment, but here we are.
Works for me.
All right.
All
Bye,
right, I will talk to you
everybody.
guys. Bye, everybody. I will talk to you guys later, and thank you for coming.